Hello, my friends on YouTube. Today I'd like to speak to you about what is going on, or rather, the similarity of what's going on in China, Hong Kong primarily, but connected to China and the Islamic world, specifically Egypt. China, by the way, it's about 1.6 billion people. Muslim people all over the world, about the same number, 1.6 billion. What's happening is very similar on each side. So we have communism primarily in China, atheistic ideology, and they are actually forcing people to, at this time, Xi Jinping is forcing the churches to remove the Ten Commandments and replace them by his saying. He's in a way setting himself up as a god of China. Regardless, Muhammad did the same thing, except that Muhammad stole some Bible verses from the Old and the New Testament, and he set himself up as the Caliphate, or the Almighty on earth, or the personification of God on earth. So basically is the same. They did the same thing with minor differences. Now, I read yesterday the news, and it's very disturbing what's happening in Egypt. And similarly, it's happening in Hong Kong. It's because in Hong Kong, the people now, the demonstration, they got what they wanted. So less people going out, and the police, Hong Kong police, which primarily belongs to the mainland China, they do what China dictates for them to do. So what they do is now they started to arrest people of Hong Kong so that they can punish them. Now, similarly, I read also in the news in Egypt that serenity returns to, or peace returned to, the streets of Egypt. And the reason is similar to what happened in Hong Kong. The people in Egypt are coming out in distress against what's going on. And I am very sure many of these people, if not most, are from the Brotherhood, Muslim Brotherhood, which is practically terrorist organization. And I'm not saying terrorist because President of Egypt declared that they are terrorists, or because America declared them terrorists. Any Islamic ideology, in my opinion, is terrorist. Muhammad was the head of the terrorist. So any of them, whether it's Muslim Sunni, Muslim Shiite, Muslim, as long as you follow the teaching of Muhammad, I consider you terrorist. Okay? So however, even though they are terrorists, if they choose to follow this ideology as their religion, that's their business. They can be arrested if they try to harm somebody, let's say like myself. I left Islam, and I know that there's hadith says whoever changes his religion, kill him. The Mufti of Egypt spoke of that. Kill him. First, I will not wait for you to kill me. If you come aiming for me to kill me, I'll kill you first. Okay? Let's be clear. But there has to be separation between religion and state. That may cause problem in the beginning, but it is the best thing to do for the sake of the not just Egypt, for the whole region, for all the Muslim countries. I know there is stress from the Islamic groups because they took roots and they became strong. Should that continue, the whole region will catch on fire. We can see what happened between Saudi Arabia and Iran, and we don't know how they will respond. They could be waiting for some assistance from another country, the Saudis, waiting for a little bit of assistance because they have a lot of military might. The Saudis bought a lot of equipment, military equipment. Can they respond? Yes, they can now. Okay? So the region can really go up in flames. So let's hope that this will not happen. But that will not mean that the situation will be calm. There will always be something coming up. And therefore, I suggest that the Constitution should be changed. The election, that how do you call it? It's almost like a monarchy system. The president takes over, and until death he stays in power. It was with Nasser, Sadat, Mubarak, and even Morsi. He stayed only 1 year, I guess, but even he was taken by force. Okay? So it will be the same. I mean, the way it looks to me, it is the same with Sisi. He sat on the throne and he will not be removed. That the world has changed, and that will not happen again, because the country will face a bloodbath. So reality is, put a proper constitution. Don't share the authority between the Muslim Al-Azhar University and the army, the military. Okay, because Sisi is a military man, and he gives some authority to the Muslim religious leaders, and they work together. Scratch my back, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. And the media praise both. The media is the long arm to polish the image of both. Forget about this. People are not stupid now. The internet opened so many avenues for people to know what's going on. I really suggest strongly to change the constitution and separate religion from state. Don't give, especially the Muslim religion, don't give them any priorities or any upper hand over anything. Let the country be a civil country. Okay? The government is to serve these people, whether they are Muslim, Christian, Jewish. The religion should not be mentioned in the passport or in the document. Religion is a personal thing. Otherwise, I can see I really can feel it. I don't have a proof to prove it, but it will be dark days, honestly. So please stop that. Thank you very much. We welcome your comments.